6 months has passed since the mass shooting in Newtown, and Congress has done nothing to prevent future tragedies. Meanwhile, across the country, 33 more Americans are murdered with guns every day. Today, more than 950 mayors and 2 million grassroots supporters of Mayors Against Illegal Guns have come together to launch No More Names, the national drive to reduce gun violence. These leaders and supporters want to make sure Congress can't ignore the overwhelming majority of Americans calling for common-sense gun laws. Starting from Newtown, Connecticut, the No More Names bus tour is traveling city to city and town to town, bringing survivors and supporters directly to members of Congress across the country. They're visiting 25 states in 100 days to stand in front of local offices of senators and congressmen. They will read aloud the names of Americans killed with guns since Newtown. They will ask their government officials to stand with them and pass laws that will reduce gun violence and save lives.
Background checks are the only systematic way to stop felons, domestic abusers, and the dangerously mentally ill from buying firearms. Let's make it a little bit harder. If Senator Isaacson cares about reducing gun violence against women, he should support this bill. Comprehensive, enforceable, and universal background checks.
That's why I'm here, to ask Senator Isaacson to change his vote when Manchin 2 is reintroduced and to support the common sense solutions to the issue of gun violence. I am here today with the hope and optimism to continue a conversation that would ultimately save the lives of so many innocent children. Expanding background checks will not bring back the loved ones that we lost. But all of us here today are more determined as ever to get this bill passed. We will keep moving and pushing forward and building the strength and courage to carry out the legacy that our children have inspired us to do.
My name is John Starbuck. This is my daughter Mulayam. At age 19, she was murdered, and I'm here in her honor. 4 background checks, comprehensive background checks for gun sales, but I'm really here to stop gun violence.
My name's Beth, and I'm here for my daughters, Carolyn and Lucy, who are 8 and 3, and I don't want them to live in fear. And so I want to be able to tell them that I did everything I could to stop gun violence and prevent further tragedies like the Newtown massacre. And I lost my cousin to suicide, and because he had a gun when he shouldn't have. And I believe that we need to do what we can to keep guns out of the hands of people who are dangerous to themselves and to others.
Hi, I'm Melissa Kornfeld. I've lost a cousin and a good friend, both before I was 22 years old, to gun violence. And I work with teenagers, and up to a third of them have told me that they have a friend who's suicidal. And I brought in a gun safety advisor, and the girls wanted to know how to disarm one of their friends. And it's just such a tragedy that these girls even have to consider knowing that at such a young age in high school.
I'm with Moms Demand Action. I have a 12-year-old son who attends middle school, and I get choked up thinking about what the kids at Sandy Hook went through and what kids across the country have gone through, and knowing that I'm going to read more stories in the news about kids being killed with guns, and I just want some common sense gun safety measures.